Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. Listen, we got to talk about this new episode of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Season 14, Episode 4. A lot of things we see little clips of all the women in their homes with their children, but the first scene is Margaret. Her and Joe rode their motorcycle to a burger joint. It was like a cute little date. They were grabbing burgers, onion rings, and a soda. Margaret says that she's exhausted after last week leaving the shore. She is still reeling on Jen Fessler. She says Jen shouldn't be a chicken. Like, she talks bad about Louis behind closed doors, so like don't pretend that you don't. She also tells Joe that she doesn't know what is up with Jackie. She's coming out with her book, which she wants to support, but she's offended that she found out that Jackie sent the book to Jen Fessler and to Melissa, but not to her. But more than anything, she's upset that she hasn't really been checking up on her after Jan dying. The death of Jan has been very hard on Marge. And that's clear because she gets choked up when she talks about him. It's sad because she cared for Jan, and his death was also very unexpected. Even Joe was sad as she was talking about this, and she was crying a lot. He got emotional as well, but he did do a really good job of kind of comforting her in that moment. So then the next scene is Rachel Fuda. She too goes to a little coffee shop to meet with Jen Fessler just to see what's up, where they at. So they order their food, but as soon as they start to talk, Rachel starts to cry. She says that she's hurt to see that Jen sat down with someone who tried to attack her and her family. Talking about Teresa. Jen Fessler says, "Listen, Teresa was talking to me about something completely different. And then when we did bring up you and John, I did it to defend you. And I actually thought it was sort of a victory to clarify some things with Teresa, to get the record straight about your husband." And Rachel says, "Well, for you, it might have been a victory, but for us, it was bull S." She says, moving forward, Rachel would just want Jen Fessler not to talk about John or her to Teresa. She can talk to her, but just not about them. Jen says, "Okay, I'm cool with that, but it seems like you're still a little upset at me. I really don't understand it." And Rachel says that she's sad because she's been kind of like mourning their friendship these past few days. And Jen Fessler says, "Why?" Jen Fessler says, "We've become close, like almost like family." And they showed pictures. They've spent Christmases together and birthdays. And Jen Fessler got a little emotional because she is being very sincere. But they tell each other that they love each other, and then they hug it out. Jen also asks her if she's gonna go to some lunch that Jennifer Aydin is gonna have for her dog, but Rachel says no. But they're okay for now. Okay, so then we see Jennifer Aydin. She's not only celebrating her dog, but others bring their dogs too. I didn't know this, but Dolo tells us that she has like 10 dogs. Damn. So everybody arrives, including Gia, who they have given a confessional to this season. And when I say that everyone was there, I mean everyone except Melissa, Rachel, Margaret, and Danielle. Now, Jennifer Aydin, listen, she got some money, so she went all out, and she even had like a little competition for the dogs and whatnot. So then they had lunch. Someone mentions, "Oh, where's Danielle?" And Jennifer says that she's in Dominican, which I guess she meant Dominican Republic. And then she says that her friend Lena knows Danielle. So then this friend Lena starts to tell the ladies that she helped Danielle when Danielle was hosting a charity event, which, by the way, Jen, Teresa, and Dolores also helped her with. But Lena helped a lot and did her hair. So the day of the event, Lena says that she wasn't allowed to go into the event. Jennifer says that she called Danielle the next day, and that Danielle said, "I want no part of it. I want no part of it." So that was interesting. And Jennifer Aydin kind of wanted Lena to make the point for herself, like not speak for her, but obviously she's trying to kind of, you know, she's starting to notice that there's some things off about Danielle. Jennifer also mentions that she did invite Margaret to this event. Obviously, she didn't come, but she did invite her as well as invited Rachel. She's wondering why they didn't come, and then Jen Fessler says, "Oh, well, they didn't come because of Teresa, because she's here. They didn't want to see her." And then Teresa threw some dig calling Marge a dog. but no one laughed. Jen Fessler says that lately Margaret and Jennifer, Rachel have been very territorial and like don't want her to be friends or to be close with Teresa. And then Jackie, who I guess found her voice now, says, "Well, it's been weird, but I feel nothing but good vibes here today." Dolores is confused as hell on this newfound friendship with Jackie and Teresa. But Dolores says that maybe all of this can be sorted out in her annual charity baseball game that's coming up. Gia then says that Louis is a really nice guy and that what we see is not what we get. So then the next scene was very nice. Joe and Melissa take Antonia to college. She was packing, she was moving into her dorm, and she's actually dorming with a child, her friend of hers. And it was nice to see the whole family contribute, and they got the dorm ready. And then, Joe is like cracking jokes, telling the guys that Antonia doesn't like boys and stuff. And then after they set it all up, Melissa and Joe, it's time for them to leave and to leave her there. And they tearfully said goodbye. It was very emotional for them, but it's a part of life. But I can't imagine Joe and just like parents, especially when it's a daughter, like for her to be growing up and like leaving the home. It was very sad for them. All right, so then we see Danielle and Nate. She's really excited about her clothing line being part of Fashion Week, but it's sad that her family won't be there to support her. Nate's family won't as either because his dad just passed away. And Danielle, like we know, is not talking to her dad and brother. Her mom had booked this cruise and whatnot, but they're not going to go on it anymore. Now, we still don't know where her dad did, supposedly, but when Nate asks her, what does she need for him to move on? Danielle says that even if her dad apologized, she wouldn't be able to see past what he did. And I think that Marge was right last year when she said to her, if you're going to live your life saying, I forgive and don't forget, you're going to have problems all your life. Because it's one thing to have a problem with a random friend or person, but to have problems with your blood brother and your father, yeah, I don't know about all that. Especially because she didn't have a problem with them until recently. This happened as adults. So, yeah, there's some the buttermilk ain't clean, in the words of Phaedra. So, moving forward, we then see everyone dress up and get ready for the baseball game. Dolores was able to get 4,000 tickets sold for people that like to go there and watch. And just by that, they raised $120,000. That's amazing. She's really excited for this because it's a charity event, and she also she wants Pauley to see what she's been working on. But she knows that this is also basically going to be like putting everyone in a pressure cooker because it's going to be everyone seeing each other. The biggest tension right now is obviously Louis and John, but there's also Jennifer, Aiden, and Melissa. Melissa's still mad that Jen told Danielle the kissing rumor when Jen already knew that Melissa knew. But anyway, they all get they make their way into the locker rooms, and then Marge mentions that she didn't go to the puppy party, but Jackie did. So then Danielle says to Danielle, oh, how come you went to the puppy party? Jackie says, because I'm friends with Jennifer. Danielle's like, since when? And Jackie says, since a while. You're the only one who I'm not friends with because you didn't even invite me to your party. So then Marge says, listen, Jackie, you and Danielle haven't really been that close, so I don't think she would invite you. I don't think it was personal for her not to invite you. Y'all just aren't that close. Jackie says, you never take my side. You're always making excuses, especially for her excluding me. And then Marge says, well, what have you done for me? It was just the anniversary of Jan. Dolores called me, Melissa called me, Jim Fessler called me, but you didn't. Jackie says, I feel like you don't even give me the time of day anymore. So Marge says, you haven't sent me your book. Jackie says, oh my God, I told you this already. Even my own mother hasn't read it. And Marge says, well, that doesn't surprise me. Oh, Jackie is trying to explain that when you are doing press, you send early copies of the book to people that have shows and podcasts and whatnot, because you go and do all these press interviews before it's actually released. But they start to fight, and Jackie got very angry, and then Marge says to her, you're so self-centered and I'm so disappointed. What a disgrace.
Jackie, I'm actually shocked at your behavior.
Margaret, I see what's going on here. I'm a disgrace? Okay.
So clearly it's much more than just the book. There's some tension that had been brewing there, and I think it just kind of, exploded in this moment. Also, you guys, so Teresa and her family which was her, Louis, and Gia, happened to arrive at the locker room at the very same time that Joe, Melissa, and their little boy did. And I thought it was very nice that Melissa told her little Joey to give his Aunt Teresa and cousin Gia a kiss hello. Now, everyone can say, oh, this and that, and of course Melissa would do that, so whatever. But no, this is what you call good manners. This is what you call well trained. You train your children to be respectful and say hi to their family members because they are not in the grown-up table yet. All right, there's no reason for them to be getting involved, and all you say is be respectful and say hello. I thought that was very nice. All right, so then they all get in the field. It was so nice that Dolores acknowledged Gertie from the Real Housewives of Miami, who just had cancer, and they're all playing, having fun. Unfortunately, Rachel has this flare-up on her arm that she's had for a long time since she was a child, so she can hardly do anything with her arm without it hurting. So I hope that she can get that healed soon. As they are on the field, Marge can overhear the girls talking, and she goes up to Jen Fessler and says, do you really want to associate yourself with these people? Jen says, listen, honey, I'm not looking for mess. If people are nice to me, I'm going to be nice to them. Joe Gorga and Bill Aydin saw each other and hugged and near damn kissed. So then this prompted Melissa and Jen to talk. Melissa approaches her and says to Jen, I get you wanting to be loyal to someone or to some people, but we need to have a real conversation. Even if that means you telling me I freaking hate you, but it just needs to be real. And Jennifer agrees. She definitely does want to have this conversation as well, because I think that it's been bothering her, because throughout these episodes, we can kind of hear Jennifer kind of saying, oh, Melissa hasn't said one word to me. Melissa has ignored me. We've barely even talked. So she definitely, I wouldn't say likes Melissa, but I think she would like to fix it. So I think she was happy that Melissa initiated that conversation, and they agreed to have some lunch or whatever. Overall, the event was amazing. By the end of it, they raised over $200,000. They all had fun. It was good for a good cause. I'm so proud of Dolores, and I'm happy that she does this and that they incorporate it into the show every year. So that was the end of the episode, you guys. So let me know what your thoughts were on it. I am really enjoying Jersey, even though it's only been 4 episodes. But the thing about New Jersey is that, you can count that every episode will be pretty good and pretty entertaining. So yeah, you guys, let me know your thoughts on Marge and Jackie blowing up on each other, Jen Fessler and Rachel. Just anything you want to tell me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on next time. You have a great one. Bye.